Yo guys, this is DoD FireFox here with a game against Divine, who's on Zeus. And Divine is very famous, or even notorious, for his two town center Athena play. On the other hand, we have myself on DoD FireFox as Hades. But I thought about casting this game actually from Divine's perspective, because I'm here to try to analyze his game and to learn. So let's see. Maybe speed this up a little bit. That's always what Divine does, is 5 on food, 1 on wood, 2 on gold. Because then he will, once he has like 7 or 8 on food, he will put more on gold. Like 5. And then he puts like 7 or 8 on wood to get a very fast town site. That's actually a cool build. Now he will start filling up the gold, I think. So temple, house, and they will go to gold. What do you have here? So with Divine, one thing that actually makes it quite easy to play against him is that you always know what he's going to do. Even in we recently played a Zeus mirror, and you can really abuse Zeus or any creek with Hermes. Like, you know, get a lot of Hippican, get centaurs, and then punish the gold, punish food resources, shove the enemy away from hunt and stuff like this. And he just goes to DC Athena. And this is exactly his build right now. You know, we see 5 on gold, 7 on wood, and 4 on food, and he will have a perfect timing and perfect economic distribution to get his second town center. So he does this very well. Let's see, so this guy is going to grab a relic, so now he has currently only vision on 2 town centers. He should probably try to find all town centers. Let's see what I see currently 2 as well. But with Hades, if you go for the fast Erebus build, you want to shove in the food onto the town center, so you always have a delayed scout, which is kind of like the downside. So I recently have been experimenting with creating a Pegasi and Archaic Age and have it an auto scout as well, meanwhile I'm scouting with the Katoskopos. Okay, so let's see from Divine's perspective. I find it interesting that his hero, so it seems to me as he's currently moving out, so okay, I will stop here. So first of all, Divine that goes for his town center, he put 5 from gold and 2 from the wood line to build his town center. Very clean build, I like it a lot. And he currently has no economy up now. So what I find very interesting is that he moves out for my second TC, which, I mean, Zeus is very in front in the early stages because of bolt. So what if I come here with Achilles and my Ajax, he can just bolt the Achilles and call it a day. You know, he will win any trade. He will win a trade at his town center. So he thinks, you know, I just skip this and I move to deny the second town center from FireFox. What I think is very interesting is if you look at this town center here, it has 3 gold mines around. So this one here is very good. It has a big food source in the back. There's berries here on the bottom, and yeah, I'm not quite sure why his scout. I think maybe he had the right idea. Maybe he just misplayed it a bit. Because I'm still not in classic, so he only sees like if he clicks on the diplomatics, he sees that I'm not in classic, so I'm not yet probably moving for a town center. But my villages could be here already, right? Like, I could hit classic now and then start building, especially with Wall of the Rivers. But okay, I understand. He puts a Kataskopos here to get vision if I'm moving to this town center, and he tries to find the second one. So okay, it's actually a good idea by him. So he sees the second town center, but now he has a problem. I'm still not in classic, so he probably has no idea which town center he should go for. But he's very much in a very good position, you know. His town center's almost up. And the one thing that carries Hades here is that we have Wall of Erebus. So we are 2 villagers ahead, basically. So even though we have a delayed classic time, it is not too worrisome because of Wall of Erebus. Now he goes for the hunt here. Okay. I wonder. I don't think Divine goes for forward town centers like this. Kavoth does it a lot, for example. I don't think Divine does it. I think he always goes for the close one, which is not wrong. It's just a different strategy. It's a different way to play. Let's look at no economy ups yet. Maybe should get husbandry soon to fatten all those goats. And now he exchanges the scout position with those 2. Okay, I understand how he's playing. It's not wrong. It's not wrong. I mean, he had no vision on this. If he saw this earlier, he would see this is totally naked. Then he could say, you know, if he prevents me from this position, he's winning because this has nothing. If he sits here and I go for this, then I'm also losing because I have such a shit town center. And here's, by the way, what I've meant. So the bolt killed Achilles. The hero took care of the Cyclop. But what I did in my perspective, I actually fought him here to have him not be here on this town center, because with restoration he could keep his units alive, and I had no idea if the other dude was coming in. The one that got recently buffed. What's it called? What's it called? The Jason? No, this is the Jason. The other hero of Zeus, and then he could resto and just defend this spot. So currently Divine is grabbing economic ups. I think this is a mistake of Divine, honestly, that I see him do in a lot of games, that he goes for early farms. I don't particularly hate it because there's no food around here, really. I mean, up there, but it's kind of far away. I mean, here's a gigantic food spot. So I think, honestly, before building these farms, it would be worth to get like 2 military production buildings and get 3 units or whatever, and then go here with your 2 heroes and 3 units and defend this spot. So you get all this hunt, because the hunt gather rate is far higher than farms, and the transition to farms is very costly. But I see the Divine do this also in maps that are even better. He just goes to farms very quick, and honestly, I don't really think that's good. But I can kind of understand that he likes it. Let's see. He has 40 villages. We have 34, so we have 36 with Wall of Erebus. So we are currently down in villagers. So he has the lead, but it's not the worst. It's kind of expected with Hades. So now here comes the thing that also, you know, is very bad for Divine. Not only is he currently shoved off the spots here, this is tons of food, but this is also hunt gather rate that he shoved off, while I'm probably hunting here undisturbed. And secondly, this is also idle time. The villagers went here, they put a granary down, they went back. So there's a lot of idle time that Divine has. And this is a win for me currently. I don't get a kill, and I keep the hero alive. So from my perspective, I keep his hero alive on purpose, just to make sure if there comes a fight later, that then he dies very quick, and then he has to rebuild it. So he could also delete this now and rebuild it once he goes heroic. So does he have Blau? No, not Blau yet. So this is 0.7, and now look at me hunting here. This is 1, so it's a lot more effective. And also he had all this idle time. So that's why I think before going to farms, you should rather get some units and defend a spot like this. It's probably worth it over farms. I have no idea if Divine watches these videos, but maybe he will notice. I will see if he does less farm transition. I will notice. The thing is, I think he likes the farms because then it's easier to macro later on. Because then once you have a lot of farms, you can just like focus on spamming units. You don't have to worry about any food transition at all and stuff. So it's kind of convenient. So let's see, from Divine perspective, he should also be scouting more, to be honest. Maybe a Pegasi. Do I have a Pegasi before? Oh yeah, I do have. So okay, I can say this. He should have a Pegasi out and he should be scouting what I'm doing. And about my army composition. Especially when I'm Ares, there could be a huge cycle rush coming in. You know, not even only with Underworld, but now the Hades, so in my shoes is heroic, but also just a classic push. And now there comes the dreaded Underworld rush. We pick up a villager here. I don't know, this wasn't too... Why are they walking around like too weird? Why? What are you doing? Oh, I want to kill these villagers, I remember. This should go into the thingy thing. No. So here's the thing. This whole play doesn't look too effective from the Hades perspective. But it's actually not too bad. Because all these villagers here, the 12 villagers, were idle. And I think we even killed like 1 or 2. And we got a restoration on top of it. So there was a trade of classical power, but Pestilence kind of sucks, for a restoration, which is good. And now the villagers are equal, but what really hurt Divine Economy was all these villagers here were idle. And it's so even though the town center was not, what's this guy doing? Sacrificing. Oh, I wanted to kill these units, that's why I came back out. Yeah, I remember. So this shouldn't have happened. This is now this Underworld became a big win for me. The Divine should have garrisoned them immediately, but he's in a good position. This was not a bad Underworld. It wasn't a great either. But killing these villagers in the end was definitely worth it. But even if I didn't kill these villagers, like idling all those 12 villagers during the duration of it is worth quite a lot. And also getting restoration is also very good for me as the Hades player. So what is Divine doing? More farms, getting here. The Ryan really likes his... I think there's too many pelters, honestly. He hasn't seen my army yet. I think it's a bit too many. And now he has a scout out. Should have had that earlier, in my opinion. But it's not too bad. Now, let's see what Divine does. I kind of think what's coming here, I know. So, the thing is, this Underworld is... The idea behind it is very good. The problem is really that he has 12 pelters. They don't do much. If he had like 2 Monticors here, these villagers would die. You know, like, well, 3 even, like 3 special attacks, they would die. This unit composition is not so well for a play like this. Let's see how many villagers he kills. Oh, there was a misplay. If you go to do a strategy like this, you have to immediately attack move once you pop out, so or else your army will stand still for like 2 seconds. But this wasn't so good, but the idea was right. It was a good idea from Divine. It's just that his army composition is not so good. What he could have done maybe is, you know, blend the Underworld here once he has a better unit composition, and get the town center, especially if he sees farms and stuff, because then he would in return idle my villagers. Now he goes there. Now here comes a little raid. I should also have attack move here. We killed 3 villagers, so it's not too bad. We also shove him off the gold. It's also a win again, idling all this. I don't really know if he really needed the fortified town center after this attack is already over. And I'm not Zeus, I cannot really drive by with hoplite, so I think that these resources could be spared, especially if he's not on full pop. Now he sees a forward fortress. I like this, that he's scouting here. Now he's kind of in a bit of a dire position because this town center controls this gold. And also here his gold is in danger. $16. He could think of going in here, rushing this down, going back in here, and then fighting. Now he sees the town center coming up. He's waiting for his heavy archer. Getting a fortress. It's a bit late now. Maybe should have gotten this before the archers, because then he could have Petropoli to anti-siege potential Petropolis from here. Now there's a very scary army for him to face, because Cyclops... Oh, this was not microed well, this one. Yeah. Because Cyclops will just melt this. And now I think that's game. Being pushed off this gold. And that's the game. Let's look at resources. Pretty even, interesting. He was ahead in civilian units, but we had water for so it's not so bad. I think it just comes down to a little bit of decision making. So Divine is a very strong player. I think he is top 30 right now. He plays... I think Divine's biggest leaks is that he always does the same strategy, so it's very easy to abuse. And I think that he kind of goes to farms too early. Like down here there were 3 elephants, I haven't shown that, but I took them. This is a lot of food. And how many farms do I have at this point? I started farming just now. It's just kind of crazy. I use the map way better in terms of natural resources. And I think, let's see if there are the elephants even on top. Or maybe it was 2 elephants? I'm not sure. 2 or 3. I think that's the kind of like... probably the event should transition to farms a bit later. Let's see food collected. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just used a lot less food, or this is wrong. No, I actually collected more food than him. Even though I have no farms, basically. So yeah, for Divine, later farm transition, more use of natural resources. The underworld wasn't too great, but the idea was good, so just better execution. But this happens all the time, also to terrible underworlds at times. And potentially, if I was Divine, I wouldn't go for 2DC Athena, I would go just for Hermes and pressure the forward gold that was here. Was a forward gold here, and just pressure this and contain the map. Meanwhile, you are hunting and getting the town centers. It's probably also a strategic decision. But anyway, well played still to Divine, and nice game. And thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Chi-chi, well played. And see you.